New York's new mayor has been called a socialist, a Marxist, and a communist. Many are deeply concerned that Zohran Mamdani's statements and policy positions encourage anti-Semitism.
Well, the mayor appointed a new leader of the Office to Combat Antisemitism yesterday. Hateful incidents against Jews in New York last month spiked 180% over last year. CVN's chief political analyst David Brody reports from New York.
So help me God.
Zohran Mamdani comes across as all smiles as he promises so-called free programs and other services for all New Yorkers. While his leftist social views will surely be under scrutiny by conservatives and moderates, this city appears to have embraced him.
What's the deal with Mamdani? Why do you support him?
Oh, man, it's like, why wouldn't I? That's the question you should be asking. That's easier to answer.
Despite that affection, plenty of Jewish New Yorkers have a much different view.
Are Jewish New Yorkers on edge because of Mamdani?
Yes, yes.
Liz Burney is a researcher with the Zionist Organization for America. She keeps track of Mayor Mamdani's past views, statements, and policy positions, which have given her and others much to consider. For starters, Mamdani has consistently accused Israel of being an apartheid state while engaging in genocide against Palestinians. He's been active in anti-Zionist rallies and refused to condemn anti-Semitic language like From the River to the Sea and globalize the Intifada. Jeffrey Lax is a law professor at the City University of New York.
Globalize the Intifada means kill the Jews everywhere across the world. So you don't condemn that, a little bit of a problem.
After being sworn in as mayor, one of his first acts revoked the anti-Semitism definition set by the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance. Mamdani felt it's too broad and restricts strong statements against Israel, but that can be a dangerous game.
Anti-Semites, what they try to do is restrict the definition of anti-Semitism. And all of this emboldens the anti-Israel groups.
Also on day one, Mamdani moved to allow New York City employees to participate in the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement against Israel. Under the previous mayor, BDS involvement wasn't allowed. He's also threatened to arrest Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for war crimes if he comes to New York. He also says he will not march in the city's annual Israel Day parade.
Mayor Mamdani lives here at Gracie Mansion behind me on the Upper East Side of New York. Now, we have asked multiple times for an on-camera interview, but so far, no response. Mamdani says he wants to root out anti-Semitism across all 5 boroughs, but so far, his actions have not matched his rhetoric.
His words sound good on the surface.
Protecting Jewish New Yorkers is going to be a focus of my administration.
I'm looking forward to being the mayor for every New Yorker, for every Jewish New Yorker.
Conservative Jewish New Yorkers, however, say they don't trust him.
He is using very fuzzy language. He's getting advised from his advisors about how to speak about this. But in his heart, what he wants to do is pure evil.
Even some influential rabbis who signal support for some of his progressive policy positions are concerned after meeting with him.
He believes that Israel has no right to exist at all as a Jewish state in any territory. It is the ideology of Hamas, Hezbollah.
And since Mamdani has taken office, that ideology has reared its ugly head. In Manhattan, an anti-Zionist crowd recently surrounded the Park East Synagogue. Karen Lichtbaum, a pro-Zionist defender who was at the event, couldn't believe what she saw.
The police permitted the anti-Zionists to cross the street and protest in front of the synagogue. That was outrageous.
So you're looking for, like, hey, there needs to be a level of protection here.
It's not permissible to intimidate anyone from going into a house of worship. Why is this being permitted? You know, to protest right in front of a synagogue.
Are they just empowered? These groups are empowered more? Is that your concern?
Oh, without question, because they know that there are no repercussions to their actions. They know that the mayor supports them.
She's right. Mamdani's initial response included criticizing the synagogue for holding an event he deemed controversial.
We're under attack, and we can't sit on the sidelines and wait for other people to keep us safe.
Case in point, At the famous Hasidic World Headquarters in Brooklyn, a man intentionally and repeatedly crashed his car into the building. In that incident, Mamdani did show up to condemn it.
Any threat to a Jewish institution or place of worship must be taken seriously.
The attacks, however, seem to keep coming. In Queens, anti-Semitic chants of "We support Hamas" were heard outside a local synagogue. Also, swastikas showing up on a children's playground in an Orthodox area of Brooklyn. Liz Burney's grandson attends an overtly Jewish school. He's been targeted by random strangers.
He said that somebody threw a heavy brick of ice at him. And I'm hearing that a lot of the kids are getting screamed at all the time.
The City University of New York is right in the thick of it as well. Once a popular choice for Jewish students, the college is now considered by some to be the most anti-Semitic in the country. Professor Lax has been harassed, assaulted, and threatened in anonymous letters.
These letters that you get, have you had death threats?
I've had a lot of threats. Yeah, threats to come after me in different ways. Many, many threats, yes. Do I sometimes feel it's dangerous for me on campus? Yes. There have been incidents where I've been surrounded. There was one in particular where 6 Marxist lunatic faculty members encircled me, just out of the blue, out of nowhere. But it was clearly coordinated.
This growing angst has many New York Jews wondering, what's next?
What's the worst case scenario here under Mamdani?
Well, I think the worst case scenario is not just the worst case, but also the most realistic because of the way he's spoken. I think you're going to see mass boycotts of Jewish-owned businesses in New York City. Any connection to Israel whatsoever, if your grandfather or the owner of the store lived in Israel, you know, they're going to be boycotted. And Mamdani is going to support it. Why do I think that? He said that.
Add that to the long list of worries already coming from Jewish New Yorkers inside the Big Apple. David Brody, CBN News, reporting from New York.
Well, we live in very interesting times. That's happening right in the heart of New York City, and it's mind-boggling to me that it's happened. Here's where the division is going to be. It's going to be over Israel. Israel is going to be that stumbling block and that dividing line. Now, recently, the mayor put Phylisa Wisdom in charge as the czar for anti-Semitism. She's Jewish. She's raised in Brooklyn. She's Reformed, and she's head of Jewish Agenda. Some of the items within Jewish Agenda I totally agree with, but she's a progressive activist, has been her whole life. Very much in favor of gay rights. She's campaigned against global warming. But here's the dividing line that she agrees with the mayor on, and that is, what is the definition of anti-Semitism? And it's, you know, we're getting very granular here, but it's very important because the Holocaust Remembrance Group has put together a definition, and both of them say we can't agree with that. And the reason is, within that, there's support for Israel. So we're going to increasingly see on the progressive left right here in the United States some kind of litmus test of, do you support Israel? Do you support mandating a two-state solution? Do you agree that the war in Gaza was a genocide? Those are all going to be litmus test issues. And you heard it directly from a New Yorker, that any business in New York City that has ties to Israel or is a strong supporter of Israel in the middle of all the conflicts that they're facing, if you do that, well, then they're going to boycott you. They're going to allow protesters to be on the sidewalk right outside your synagogue. These are incredible times in American history. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. After the Holocaust, we all vowed never again. That was our grandparents who made that vow. We've joined with it, and today, in our generation, are we saying never again? We need to, and as Christians, we need to stand with Israel.